Hello and welcome to Learn PCM. We are going through a series of sessions for the chapter Lines and Angles, and in continuation to that series, we are here with polygons. Now you will see that why the polygons are going to come into lines and angles. It is all because I want to make you understand about some of the basic terms of geometry, and that is why I have come up with this term. Now, what are polygons? Let us first understand this, and then we'll discuss some more terms out of this. Okay, so polygons actually are having two of the conditions. If two conditions are satisfied, then we say that the given figure is a polygon. Now, what are those two conditions? The two conditions are out of these two conditions, the very first condition is that these polygons, they are made up of, or they are closed curves. Actually, the very first condition of a polygon is that it should be a closed curve. It means there should be no end point. You must not get any of the, you will not be able to find any of the end point in case of closed curves. And then there is second point, and the second condition of polygon, and it is that these polygons, they are made up of straight lines. Okay, so here you can see in this in these figures, all the figures are having closed, they are closed figures. You can see they are having no end points. You can see that there is no clear end point. You don't find any of the side is open. Okay, they are all closed from each side. Okay, then the second condition also is just satisfied here. And what is the second condition? That they are made up of straight lines. You can see that these are made up of straight lines. It is very clear to you that these are made up of straight lines. So the two conditions are satisfied over here. That is why these type of curves or these types of figures are known as polygons. Now, why I have come up with this polygon, I'll tell you after this. But before that, let me tell you how to name a polygon or any figure, any closed figure. How to name a closed figure. Let me write over here naming a polygon or a closed figure, or a closed figure. When there is a closed figure made up of straight line, closed figures made up of straight lines. Okay, so when we are talking about a closed figure, remember that we should name, first of all we should name the points. Okay, the points, the corner points. Okay, so here you can see that these, if we consider this figure, then these are the corner points. Okay, since we are having here 4 of the sides, you can see that there are 4 line segments. Okay, and all the 4 line segments are connected with each other. It means it is a closed figure, and this type of closed figure is known as what? It is known as quadrilateral. What do we call it? Quadrilateral. Okay, so any 4-sided closed figure is known as what? Quadrilateral. We can say that 4-sided. Actually, it is another chapter which we are going to discuss further in coming videos. But before that, just I'm giving you a simple definition for this, that it is a 4-sided closed figure. Okay, 4-sided closed figures are what? They are quadrilaterals. Okay, now here we were talking about the naming, what to name and how to name. Now, first of all, you have to name these points. Okay, whatever the points you can see, those points are to be named. And always remember, points are always given a name in capital letters. So let me write first. If it is A, and if this is B, this is C, and this is D. Always remember that when we wish to name this quadrilateral, we have to use a cyclic order. We cannot name this figure in absurd way. Like if we are naming this figure, we have to name it. The name of this figure will be quadrilateral. We will give the name to this figure as quadrilateral A, B, C, D. Now, if I write quadrilateral, and suppose I am writing A, C, D, B. Okay, if I am writing, or if I am writing like this, A, B, C, D. So, is it correct? No, this is not correct. This one is correct. Even if you write like this, if you let me write another name to this in another way. Say if I am writing name of this one as A, D, C, B, then this is also correct way of writing. Why? Because I am just using a cyclic order, either anti-clockwise or clockwise. Here I am using clockwise, and from this side if I am using, then it is anti-clockwise. So there should be a cyclic order in naming of the figure. You have to remember this. It should be given a name in cyclic order. That means in rotation. You should not give the name as AC and BD or AB and CD, or maybe if you are giving AB, CD, all these orders are wrong. Okay, so keep this in your mind, that always the naming of the polygon or naming of the closed figures are done in cyclic order. Especially we try to do it in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, it is up to you. You can use any anti-clock or clockwise. Okay, there is no such hard fast rule. Okay, so this is how we should give a name to the quad. Now let us try to understand the adjacent sides, or about the sides. Let's talk about the sides of a polygon. Okay, now what we are going to discuss about this. Say we are going to consider a polygon. Suppose we are having any polygon, and again I am taking one quadrilateral over here. Okay, so this is one of the quadrilateral which I am having here. Why it is quadrilateral? As I have explained you already, that it is a four-sided figure, so it is a quadrilateral, and we have many special types of quadrilaterals. They are having special names, so we'll discuss all those in our chapter of quadrilateral. But right now we are talking about a quadrilateral, and we are going to discuss about the sides of this quadrilateral. But before that, let us give the name to these points. Say if the name of this quadrilateral is P, this is Q, this is R, and this is S. Okay, now P, Q, R, S. Okay, so we are the name of this quadrilateral is what? The name of this quadrilateral is P, Q, R, S. Okay, and how to denote? We can denote it by like this also. Okay, now this four-sided figure has four of the points. Okay, there are four of the points, and these points are known as vertex. What do we say? Vertex. Actually, when I was talking about an angle, so I have already told you that when two rays intersect each other, or two line segments, or the two lines, when they intersect each other at one point, then that there is one meeting point, and then two of the arms are formed. That intersection point, that intersecting point actually is known as vertex. What do we call? Vertex. And in plural form it is known as vertices. Okay, now here we are having four of the vertices. How many vertices are there? Four. If I talk about this vertex, then it is single, and that is why in one, if we talk about one vertex, if it is one corner point or one intersection point, we call it vertex. What do we say? Vertex. But when we talk about all the corner points or all the intersecting points, then we call it as, it is the plural form, that vertices. Okay, so vertices is the plural form of vertex. Now what speciality is all about this vertex or vertices? They are going to define the sides. With the help of these vertices, or with the help of these vertex, we are going to define the sides or the arms of this quadrilateral. Okay, so let's talk about the arms or the sides of quadrilateral. Here, sides of quadrilateral P, Q, R, S. Okay, let's talk about sides. Now you can see clear, this picture is giving you clear view that this polygon has four sides, isn't it? There are four sides. So what are the four sides in it? There are four sides. There are four vertices, right? There are four sides as well as there are four vertices. Okay, what are the vertices? Let us write first vertices. The vertices are point P. Okay, you'll write point P, then point Q, point R, point S. With the help of these vertices, you have four angles. Okay, that I'll write here afterward. But before that, let me write the sides. Now, what are the sides? Let us write the sides. PQ. The very first side you can see is side 1. What is the side here? PQ. When we are talking about side, remember that side cannot be with single point. You have to mention both the end points of the side. Okay, so here, from here to here, the side is completed over here. If it is starting from here, then it is completed over here. It means from here to here, the side is defined. Okay, it has boundary from here to here. So you will not give the name as either only point Q, or you will not give the line name as P. It should be given by both end points. The name is to be given by both end points. So you will write side 1 as PQ. Okay, this side is PQ. You can see here, this is PQ. So here the side 1 is PQ. What is the side 2? Side 2, about the side 2 is QR. You can see here QR. Now here this is one endpoint and this is the other endpoint of this side. Okay, so this is QR. So another side is QR. What about the third side? Third side is RS. So let us write side third side is RS. Okay, then what is the fourth side? Fourth side is SP. So side 4 is SP. You can write it as PS as well. Okay, when we are talking about in terms of sides, we can write SP or PS. Okay, but when we want to name, then in that case we have to go in cyclic order, either PSRQ or PQRS. Okay, now these are the sides. Now you have come to know what are the sides. Sides are simply the two endpoints which are giving you a clear definition of that particular segment. Okay, the clear endpoints of that particular segments. Okay, now let's talk about the vertices. We have seen here that there are 4 of the vertices, P, Q, R, S. Now what are the 4 angles which are present in this quadrilateral? So let's write about the 4 angles. Okay, what are the 4 angles? I am writing it here so that it will be clear to you, because it will not be visible to you if I am going beyond this. Okay, the very first angle is what you can see here. If you start from this point, the very first angle, let's write in short first and then I am going to give the full name of that angle. So in short, if I write, then this is one angle. So what is the point over here? This point is P. So I can write, you have to use a symbol of angle, and you know that symbol of angle is very small, this type of symbol. Okay, you can say L type of symbol. A little tilted one is it is represented by a little tilted position. Okay, so angle, and what is the name of this angle? P. Okay, second angle is what? The second angle is the second vertex, right? So here angle Q. Don't get confused that I am writing the same point. I am going to give you the full name as well, but just to make you understand that this is another angle. Okay, so this is point Q, angle Q. Now here you are having point R, and then at point R you can see that there is angle formation, and this angle is what? This name of this angle will be angle R. So here it is angle R. Okay. Okay, here it is angle R. Now the fourth angle is what? You can see the fourth vertex is S. So here you will write angle S. Okay, this much understood, all of you? What is that? We are having 4 of the points, and why these we have 4 of the points and they are forming what? Angles. Now why we are calling them angles? What speciality is there? How can we define that this is an angle only? Why we are saying that this is an angle? Because we are having 2 of the arms which are intersecting at one common point. Since they are intersecting, or they are meeting at one common point, that is why they are forming an angle. So each of the angle is, you can say, is formed by intersection of 2 of the line segments, isn't it? Here also this is intersecting point of this and this side. Similarly here this is an angle. Why this is an angle? Because 2 of the arms are intersecting at one single point. So you are having one common point where these 2 line segments are meeting, and that is why they are forming an angle. Okay, So we are having here 4 of the angles. Now let us give the complete name to these angles. Here angle P. Now when I am talking about angle P, as I told you that angle P is incomplete angle. You have to give a complete name to this angle. Now how to give the complete name? When you will define it by its arm. When you will give the name of the arms of this angle, then only you will say that it is complete angle. So how to give the name of this angle? QP is the first arm and PS is the other arm. Let us write here angle P is having 2 arms. What are the 2 arms? QP and PS. Isn't it? You can see this angle has 2 of the arms. QP and PS. Okay. QP and PS. You can see that this P is common because the point P is common in both the arms. That is why this point is taken as common and it is the angle is written ultimately as QPS. Okay, QPS. Let me write here. It will be clear to you. QPS. Why I am writing only one P? Because it is common in both. Right? That is why this point is considered as the angle point. Okay. So similarly, if you want to mention Q, let me write here so that it will be clear to you. Now for angle Q, let us find the this is angle Q. Let us find the arms. You can see that this angle is formed by the intersection of this arm and this arm. You can also say side. By this side and this side, this angle is formed with the help of this side and this side. ठीक है ना? इस साइड से और इस साइड से मिलकर ये एंगल बना है. तो इस साइड का क्या नाम है? It is QR. Okay. So the two sides of the two arms are, okay, let's write the arms first. So it is QR and QP. Now what is common in them? Q. Isn't it? Q is common. So what we can write? We can write it as R, or you can write as PQR. Angle PQR. Okay. How to write? Angle PQR. It is starting. This angle is actually starting from here. So that is why we have to give full name to this angle as PQR, where PQ is one arm, this is one arm, and this is the other arm. This is one side and this is the other side. Okay, where Q is the common point. Okay, so keep this in mind. Let us write about R, angle R. The full name of this angle will be what? First of all, let us find the sides. So sides of this angle R is what? QR. Two of the sides are QR and see QR. And the second one is RS. So let us write here RS. Okay. Now the common point is what? R, isn't it? So R will be in the middle and QRS. Angle QRS is the full name of this angle. Okay. You can see R is the midpoint, that is the not midpoint, the vertex. Okay, the common point. Okay, now the next angle is S, angle S. So let us find the arms of this angle or the sides of this angle. This is the angle S. So the sides are PS and SR. Okay, the two of the sides or the two of the arms of this angle are PS and SR. Okay, we have taken separate angles, right? So here it is PS and SR. So what is common? S is common. Let us write angle PSR. Okay, so this is how we represent the angles. Okay, so whenever you are talking about angle, you have to keep in your mind that the angle is something which is having a common point in it, that is known as vertex of the angle, and there are two of the sides in an angle. Okay, so though two of the sides, when they are intersecting at one common point which is known as vertex, then there is a formation of an angle. Okay, so here in this quadrilateral we are having how many angles? We are having 4 of the angles in this case. This is first angle, say, this is the second one, this is third, and this is the fourth angle. We have seen the names of these angles. Now let us discuss about their opposite sides. Okay. of quadrilateral. Now when we are talking about opposite sides, let's see what are the opposite sides. When two of the sides, they are just facing each other. If this side is facing this side, they are just opposite to each other. Okay, you must have seen when row houses are made, or when colonies are there, we just say that this house, if there are houses on this side, say this is left side and say this is right side. Okay, now this is say 1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5 and 6. When we talk about these two houses, we say that this house number 1 is just in opposite to house number 4. Why do we say like that? Because they are facing each other. This one is facing to this house. That is why we say that they are opposite to each other. Okay, when one person is facing the when one person is facing to other first person, we say that they are facing opposite to each other. Similarly, here also this side is facing this side. Okay, this side is just opposite to this side, and that is why we say that these two sides are opposite sides. Similarly, this side is opposite to this side. Okay, so if I represent this to this like this, it means this side and this side, they are opposite to each other. And if I show it like this, then these two sides are opposite to each other. Understood what are opposite sides? Opposite sides are always opposite to each other. They face each other. Okay, so here we are having opposite sides. What are the opposite sides of this quadrilateral? Let us write about the opposite sides. We are having how many pairs here? We are having only 2 pairs of opposite sides. How many pairs are there? 2 pairs. ऐसे तो sides 4 हैं, but we are having pairs, 2 pairs of opposite sides. So first pair, pair 1. What is the pair 1? Pair 1 is PS is opposite to QR. Okay, PS is opposite to QR. So PS opposite to QR. Okay, these two are the opposite. Actually, I should not mention this. This is something, this is corresponding, you can say, but let me write it like this: QR. Okay, it's okay, let it be like this only. So PS is opposite to QR. Then the pair 2 is what? Pair number 2. What is pair 2? PQ is opposite to SR, isn't it? PQ is opposite to SR. So we are having 2 pairs as PQ opposite to SR. So how many pairs of opposite sides are there in quadrilateral? In quadrilateral we have 2 pairs of opposite sides. How many pairs? 2 pairs of opposite sides. Understood? This, be very careful about it, because it is very important term, because whenever you are going to discuss something in geometry, definitely these type of terms are going to come, and if you don't know about opposite sides, you will not be able to define any of the things, or you will not be able to understand the things out of it. Okay, then there is another term, adjacent sides. What are adjacent sides? Let's talk about adjacent sides also, because this is another term which the students that get confused about. Okay, now adjacent sides can be, you can say that here opposite sides, I have told you that face each other. Okay, face each other, है ना, आमने सामने, एक दूसरे के आमने सामने होते हैं. लेट मी राइट आमने सामने. ठीक है, आमने सामने, शायद आप ज़्यादा अच्छे से समझेंगे इससे. आमने सामने. एंड एडजेसेंट साइड्स आर व्हाट? दे आर नेबर साइड्स. ओके, नेबरिंग. Neighboring sides. Now this is the general term to make you understand, but actually ये आप कह सकते हैं इनको पड़ोसी sides होते हैं. ठीक है, but when we are talking about adjacent sides, one thing is there that you will get one common point. In opposite sides you don't have any of the common points. In opposite sides, no common point. They will not have any common point. This is the This is the basic, this in mathematical term, you have to keep this in your mind that opposite sides have no common points. Here you can see this is one term and one side and this is another side. There are no of the common points. Any common point is not there in these two. Similarly, if we are considering these two sides, there is no common point in between these two sides. That is why these are opposite sides. But in case of adjacent sides, you get at least one common point. In case of adjacent sides, at least one common point is present. Okay, let us write again pair. How many pairs of adjacent sides are there? Now you will get many pairs. Let us try to find how many pairs are there. Pair 1. See, adjacent sides. This side is adjacent to this side. Okay, as I told you that adjacent sides have at least one point in common. So this side is adjacent to this side और ये एक दूसरे के पड़ोसी हैं. They are neighboring sides. Okay, they are neighbor to each other. These two are not neighbor to each other. Okay, but these two are neighbor to each other. Similarly, these two are neighbor to each other. Similarly, these two are neighbor to each other and these two are neighbor to each other. So, in any quadrilateral, you will get two pairs of opposite sides but four pairs of adjacent sides. Let's try to find out. Pair 1. So, if PS is one of the side, then adjacent to this is PQ. Okay, let us consider PS as one side, then the other side is PQ. So PS is adjacent to PQ. Now to this side there is another side which is neighbor, and this side is neighbor. So you can say that PS is also adjacent to SR. Okay, but let us go in cyclic way. So I'll just I have considered these two pairs, so I am going to consider now these two pairs. So PQ, again, if you consider this side, then the adjacent to this side is this one as well as this one. So this pair is another pair. It means, let me show it by this. Okay, these two are the adjacent sides. Now these two are again the adjacent sides. Okay, so name of these two sides are PQ and QR. Okay, so the second pair is pair 2. Sorry, pair number 2. Pair 2 is what? What is the adjacent side? PQ, QR. Sorry, PQ, QR. Let me write. PQ is adjacent to QR. Then pair number 4. Sorry, pair number 3. Now in pair number 3, to this side, which side is adjacent? This side is adjacent, isn't it? To this side is adjacent. So QR is adjacent to RS. Let us write. QR is adjacent to RS. Now pair number 4. Pair number 4 is what? That this RS is adjacent to SP. So let us write RS is adjacent to SP. Got it? What we have seen? We have seen that we are getting here 4 pairs of adjacent sides. We are having 4 pairs of adjacent sides. This pair is adjacent to this. Sorry, this side is adjacent to this. This side is adjacent to this. This side is adjacent to this and this side is adjacent to this. ठीक है, ये सब एक दूसरे के पड़ोसी हैं. तो ये अगर हम इस आर्म की बात करते हैं, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट दिस साइड, तो इसके 2 एडजेसेंट साइड्स हो गए. एक तो ये हो गया और एक तो ये हो गया. सो वी आर हैविंग 2 एडजेसेंट साइड्स ऑफ दिस सिंगल साइड. ठीक इसी तरह से इस साइड की अगर बात करें और इसके 2 एडजेसेंट साइड्स को अगर पता करना है तो एक ये PS हो गया और दूसरा QR हो जाएगा. ठीक है. सिमिलरली इफ यू टॉक अबाउट दिस साइड, इस QR के एडजेसेंट कौन से साइड्स हैं? व्हाट आर द 2 साइड्स एडजेसेंट टू दिस QR? देन इट इज QP एंड RS. Okay. Similarly, if you talk the 2 adjacent sides of RS, then there are 2 sides RQ and SP. ठीक है. मैं एडजेसेंट साइड्स एक बार और आपको कल बताऊंगी. तब तक के लिए keep watching, keep practicing, and if you like the video, please share it to others as well. Thank you.